Good morning. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start to your week. We're going to jump right into our meditation. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is a result of long and patient effort and self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws of thought. Man becomes calm in the measure that he understands himself as a thought-evolved being. You calm down, you speed up. Relax your feet, legs. I want you to think of the word gratitude, gratefulness, happiness, love and abundance. What is meditation? Meditation is to rest in your vision, to see and feel the things that you desire, and become one with them. So think of the word love and compassion, prosperity, power, success. This is who I am. I want you to see your day today as you would like to see it. I want you to look towards the end of your day. What did you experience? I want you to go backwards in time. You're now living the life that you desire. It is the end of the day, the end of the night. Now let's work backwards. Maybe you changed things today. What would it be? Who would you talk to differently? How would you act, walk, talk? Reversing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noontime, 12. What have you been doing differently today? How do you feel? Eleven, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Your awareness, your clarity, your great mental attitude, strong mental attitude. I served you all day long. This is awareness. This is your ability to select, decide, to see and feel the life that you desire. Welcome back. Welcome, everyone. We are doing one of our live at a glance. We do this every Tuesday, and letting you guys get some value in what we do here. Meditation. When we meditate, it's about fully letting go and channeling into the things that you desire. And not only to channel in, but to really, really see and feel what you want to see. As you can get in the habit of doing this, you're mentally rehearsing what you desire. And mental rehearsal is one of the great gifts to life. How many times did the Wright brothers mentally rehearse flying until they saw it? How many times did Edison mental rehearse the light bulb until he saw it? Mental rehearsal sharpens the senses. And as you do this, you begin to receive more ideas. You begin to be more in tune with your vision, your desires, and your strategy comes to you much quicker, more efficiently. I'm not saying it won't take time. I'm not saying it won't take persistence. And I'm not saying it won't take dedication and discipline. Mastery over yourself is the only thing that you could do. Everything else is just conditions and circumstances. Ford. Discipline. Did all these men aspire? Of course they did. Did all these men individualize themselves? Of course they did. But where did they go beyond, and what did they do to go beyond where the masses, where the majority of people stop? They had to have gone beyond the masses the way they think. They had to have stepped into individualizing and aspiring. That wasn't good enough. That's never been good enough. And history has shown it. History repeats itself over and over and over. And now you would think that if the masses and the crowd was going that way and going over there, that they would be right. So many people. How could so many people get it wrong? But yet they do. And history has proved it. That the masses are going in the wrong direction. And they're more or less getting the same results. And you see 2 or 3 going in the opposite direction. I'd look to see what they're going, what they're doing. Now they say 3% do something totally different, 5 to 3. And the 3 are more inclined to change the world. Not only themselves. Here we step into that word discipline. Why is it that when it comes to disciplining ourselves into a new action, disciplining yourself into a new belief, disciplining yourself into doing what you do not know how to do, until you enter mastery? Why is it that we miss this area and we don't persist? The average individual will not do more than what they know. 97% are programmed and disciplined to do what they know how to do. That's the difference. We're programmed to use our memory, but we're using the memory of the masses, conditions and circumstances. And when we look at what the masses do, they're really not creators. The masses take on the habit and behavior of conformity, conforming to what you have, conform to what things are, and consume. Conform and consume. Consume what somebody else has created. Consume somebody else's ideas. Consume somebody else's way of doing things. But never to really go much further and create something totally new. To bring value into society, to bring value into life. We rarely see somebody doing that. But that's why the 3% are the value creators. They achieve mastery. Not because the 97%, 95, 97% couldn't. They didn't choose. How often do you find somebody truly choosing a life that they truly desire, truly choosing what they want in life? And if they don't know how to get it, they go out and do it. This is so rare. We're going to teach you a little about this today. And we're going to be talking about persistence all month. Every month, at the end of the month, we have a seminar, and I'm inviting you guys. Buy a ticket. We'll be talking about persistence at the end of the month, all month long, and then we'll have a seminar on it. You guys that are in the area have the ability to be here, Lubbock, Texas. And if you're not, you have the ability to live stream with us. And you can be there. But this is how you grow. Everything else is what you know how to do. Clearly understand. Everything else is what you know how to do. And rarely do people go beyond what they know how to do. And eventually they conform, they settle. You don't have to be that way. And you don't have to continue to live in that manner or in the circumstances, the conditions you're in. Does this take discipline? Oh, yeah, it does. It takes a lot. Does it take persistence? Of course it does. Does it take mental strength? Of course it does. But that's why so few people are successful. And I don't mean just success on an average level. I'm talking about success that takes you out of the 95 to 97%. Clearly understand, if you continue to do what they do, you will continually receive what they receive. I'm going to play this video, and we're going to be talking about awareness and what you must do to live the life that you truly desire. Take a look at this, and we'll come back to the lesson and take notes.
I can remember when I first really started to make very good money in the cleaning business. I had a really nice bank float. I mean, I had a lot of money sitting in the bank. And in a section of Toronto, they started to build houses. Now, this was a new concept back in the early 60s. They would take and build one or two houses, and then they were going to build 102 houses around it, but the 2 or 3 would be the models. So you could go in and look, and then you'd see the map of where they're building them, and you could pick out where you wanted yours to go, and this is the model I want. As I remember, those houses cost $42,500. I could have bought a good portion of the subdivision. I had enough money. But I thought, what the hell would I want that for? Look after all these houses? I'm just going to do what I do. I don't want to look after that. Those houses today are worth over $1 million. I'm not exaggerating. What was going for around $42,500 in the early 60s here in Toronto is now at least $1 million. You see, I was in the right place at the right time, but I wasn't aware I was in the right place at the right time. If you lack awareness, you're going to lose. Now stay with me and look at this. You have to know where you are. Stay where you are. Keep looking. Pay attention here. There's 7 levels of awareness. You go from animalistic consciousness to mass consciousness to aspiration. That's an interesting one. Individual, discipline, experience, and mastery. And you start down here, in the animalistic state. As a baby, you react to almost everything. And if you study, you'll get to a point where you respond to almost everything. You don't react. You see, when we react, it's fight or flight. When we respond, it's think and plan. At any rate, we start out here in an animalistic state. I mean, we're just little babies. We know nothing. And then we get to a certain point, and they say, go on and be like the rest of the kids. And you begin following the masses. It never enters our mind that we're all building the same paradigm. It's sad, but it's the way it is. And you're playing with the other kids, and you're probably dressed like the other kids, and you're doing what the other kids do. But one day, something happens inside of you, and you desire something greater. I was talking to a person this morning about one of their children. Strong person. The child is. This young person has a strong desire for something greater than what she's doing. And you say, why? What's happening? They want to express their uniqueness as a human being. Blow that up, please. When the person has this aspiration to do something greater, they're looking to express their uniqueness as a human being. This is a bit of a battle then that's going on inside. You see, the desire wants to take them here, but they got locked into a paradigm with a bunch of other ones, and they don't want them to leave. The other kids want you to stay here. They don't want you to leave. But the desire is great, and it's taking you up here. But the paradigm's pulling you back here. Make no mistake about it. This is a battle that's going on. It's a battle that's going on in every person's life. Some people never break out of it. Now look at. At some point, that desire is so great, and they hear that if they just had some discipline, they could go and do what they really wanted to do. And they start out, but the paradigm's pulling them back. And the discipline starts to fade. And they realize that the dream they had of living the life they want was just a wish. And they find they're stuck. They're not sure if they should go ahead or go back. Now, when you're stuck, it's the same place, the same thing again and again. That is not a good place to be. If the discipline is strong enough, you break out. Now look here. There's the conscious mind, the subconscious. In the conscious mind, you have a dream. And you start to get emotionally involved in that dream. You want to plant it in your heart of hearts. It's very strong. But you see, right from the moment of conception, there was other ideas being planted. It was being planted through just the other person's DNA coming in. and the paradigm is strong. The dream is small, but if the desire is strong enough, now look here, that dream will grow. As it grows, the paradigm will die. Whenever you see a person where the dream is growing, the paradigm is dying, for goodness sake, help them. Stay with them. Let them know they're on the right track. The deal is, overpower the paradigm, and you get that the dream then controls your life. You've created your own paradigm. My goodness, this is the ideal dream of the human creature. It's the soul of the individual. You see, you are a soul. You don't have one, you are one. And the soul's forever seeking its awareness of its oneness with that which is. They may not know where they're going, but they're living the dream. That takes strength, because you not only got the paradigm against you, that's inside. You got one hell of a strong force outside. Hilt said, when riches begin to come, they come so quickly, in such great abundance, that one wonders where they've been hiding through all these lean years. Now he said,
Now, when we look at this, I want us to get a really good idea of what he's talking about and how we apply it. I went to go study with Bob many years ago for the purpose of learning to bring this information back and teach it to you guys. Now, I was studying this information many years prior, and I was changing. And I was doing all kinds of things that were not normal. I was doing things that I was not programmed to do. My whole life was changing. It's changing all around me. But to be able to teach it was something different. I'd studied a lot of books, read a lot of books, a lot of self-study, a lot of personal development. That's what we're teaching. Because nobody was going to change me. Nobody ever could. You see, nobody can change you. You can hear me right now. Are you listening? There's a difference between hearing and listening. Nobody can change you. Only you. But that's why you have that word choice, which very few people take. Success is not normal. Success is not normal. Why is it not normal? Because very few people choose to do what they don't know how to do, and consistently do that. I've watched people do this maybe one or twice in a lifetime, and that's why they stay stuck. They eventually get stuck. If you're not consistently choosing to do what you don't know how to do, consistently rewiring and refiring new neural pathways, that means setting you goals over and over and over again, you get stuck. I watch people change their life maybe once, rarely twice. What time is that? Normally when they go to college, and if and when they finish college. And if they finish their degree and they've done what they thought they could do, they normally stop. That's what they were doing. That's why it was so hard. What you were going up against is the unknown. And what you were doing was training your body to be and act like something different. What you were doing was training your mind and body to be and act like something different, like you were. Like you were not. Clearly understand, you went to school, then you went to college to become something else. What you were is what you knew at the time, and who you're becoming is who you are today, or maybe who you're going to be if you're younger. But clearly understand, when you stop, you get stuck again. That's why personal development is a choice. And that's why if you've finished college and you feel that life has more and you're not getting more out of it, it's because you're stuck again. Because you were never supposed to stop unlearning and relearning. And what we did is we learned. If we look at this word called paradigm, a paradigm is a multitude of habits, multitude of habits that come from your behavior. And guess where your behavior comes from? Your perception. And guess where your perception comes from? Your beliefs. So when we look to the cause of all these things, beliefs create reality. And everything that all those beliefs are, were given to you. Who gave you these beliefs? The mess. Well, how's that? This is the masses give you environmental programming. You, me, your family, your parents, brothers, sisters, environmental programming. And then your family gave you genetic programming. And all of this is what you're plugged into. Look at this. Beliefs are the root cause to what you call life. And this is what you see outside of yourself. What is life? Life was the promise. This was the promise. Bob said it earlier, we are spiritual beings, but we experience a physical reality. The F is the what? Fulfillment. What is the I? This is the biggest thing here. The intelligence. And the L is living. You see, the promise was fulfilled at conception. And Bob said it earlier, we are spiritual beings. Spiritual beings experience a physical reality, not the other way around. But spirit must enter into a body, and that was a promise. Now it's living. It's alive. Livingness, it's alive. But what happens next? We start to become intelligent. By whom and through whom? Well, this intelligence takes his ideas from all of this. So this livingness enters the body, but it enters their intelligence. And what comes next? Look at this. What comes next? One is the cause. The other are just effects. Fulfillment and experience. This was the promise. But the fulfillment and the experience, expression, Experience is to see yourself outside of yourself. But what are you seeing and what do you recognize? This is the big kicker. What are you seeing in your life? What do you see? What you're looking at is right here. Let me see if I can do this a little bit better. Look at this. A lot of people miss this. They don't get it. They don't understand it. What you're seeing is its intelligence. Where does that come from? This is why you keep doing what you're doing. Genetic programming. This is why you look like your family members. You may not like this, but this is the truth. And I want you to research what I'm telling you so that you can become more aware. Go try to prove what I'm saying is wrong so that you become awake. Environmental programming, genetic programming. When you think that you're thinking. But what's been thinking is rarely the dream. The average individual, conscious mind, is your intellect. This is where you see the world, you view the world, and you're looking. You use these antennas, which are the senses, to pick up information from your outside world. You can hear me right now. Some of you are listening. There's a difference. You can hear me, you can listen. Why? Because you're intelligent. But what is listening and hearing me? Your perception. So, the average individual bypasses the dream and goes straight into what they know, and it pops up on the screen of the mind. These ideas keep flashing on the screen of your mind. And what do these ideas do? They go into the body. The subconscious is the doing part. This lower part is the doing. Your conscious part is what you think, not what you do. And it tells the body to run off and create its fulfilling experiences. And you see yourself down here in 3D world. And you wonder why you keep getting the results you're getting. They are not an accident. It's right on line, right on purpose. You are experiencing the fulfillment. You are experiencing the fulfillment of its intelligence, your intelligence. And if the individual never wakes up, this is just a reciprocating action-reaction. Bob said, we are spiritual beings experiencing a physical reality. Very rare you'll find somebody doing more than what they know. Because what keeps humming and thinking is its intelligence. And if it never changes its intelligence, it keeps doing what it knows. All through life. Now, if you're questioning this, how many years have you been on the same plan, more or less? How many years have gone by that you've been on the same plan? same day, same week, same month, same year. How many of you have tried to change it and you fall back to the same routine? This is not an accident. I've worked with a lot of people. As a company, I've worked with a lot of people. We don't create the laws, we just study them. But this is years of study. I'm going to go work with Bob because I love the way he teaches this. I've changed it up a little. That's what makes us unique. But I love the way he communicated. I was studying this prior, lots and lots of books, lots of research and study, so that I can improve my life, so that I can change my family's life. How many of you have been looking for the opportunity that's going to change your life? This is what this is. What I did was I was looking on purpose. Looking on purpose for the opportunity. That would change my life. That would, not could, that would change my life. And the life of my family. Number one. Now answer the question this, have you been looking on purpose for the opportunity that would change your life and the life of your family? Number two, if you found it, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Remember, subconscious mind is a doing. Are you doing it? If you haven't found it, are you working every week to it? Are you looking every week? Are you looking every week for that opportunity? Yes or no? If you're not doing either, go ahead and go home and tell your family you're not going anywhere different. Look, number one, are you looking for the opportunity that will change your whole life and acting on it every week? Number two, have you found it? And if you haven't found it, are you consistently looking for it every week? You got actions. If your answer to both of these are no, then forget it. You're not going anywhere different. Because you haven't decided to change. Why are we teaching this information? Because we know what you're going through. And it's not in me, it's in him, and it's her, it's in them, and it's in everybody around the world. Why are we teaching this information globally? Because everybody needs it globally. Because we're all the same. Spiritual beings experiencing a physical reality. But we came into programming. That's why you don't get what you want, you get what you are. Every child is born into group habit, group behavior. Every child. Yes, your parents, your grandparents, their parents, their grandparents. This has been going on for generations, and people don't know why they're stuck. Genetic and environmental programming. Beliefs. The ideas you keep getting up here are nothing but ideas. that normally came from somebody else. The idea is you keep going to your archive, you keep going to what you know. This is your archive. This is your box. This is what you know. And this is why you keep getting what you keep getting. And if you keep thinking from this box, let's make this a little bit lower. If you keep thinking from this box, you keep thinking from this box, you're going to more or less keep getting the same results. This box becomes the doing part of your personality. The thinking part of your personality. The paradigm lies in here. This is your filing cabinet. You keep opening it thinking you're going to get something different. But you keep finding yourself living the same way. And you're stuck. Same plan, same day, same week, same month, same year. And for the average individual, lifetime. Their lifetime. What do you want? Take a look at what we're doing. We're teaching people how to change their life. Is it repetition? Of course it is. Is there a lot of persistence? Oh yeah, there is. Is there a lot of courage? Of course there is. Do I have to change my beliefs? Of course you do. Do I have to challenge myself? Oh yes, you do. Do I have to set goals? Yes. What dates? It's a process. There's a formula to success, and we teach it. If you were to commit to doing this, will you change? Of course you will. If you commit to doing this every day, in 6 months, 6 months, 1 year, a year and a half from now, will I be somebody different? You're damn straight you will be. I can promise you, if you commit to doing this work, you'll be somebody different. You'll be earning more money. You'll be living a different lifestyle. You'll be a different person because you committed to the process. The process changes you. If you don't, everything stays much the same. Question is, how many days need to go by? How many months need to go by? How many more years are going to need to go by till you realize that there was a better way? Or maybe a lifetime. And as far as we know it, the majority of us just have one. As far as we know it, we just have one. What do you want? How do you want to live? Once again, we're teaching this information every day. Why? Because it's through repetition that you grow. It's through putting this information that you're studying and practicing it daily till you improve. Remember, the stages of life are fight or flight. Next one is you do as they do. You're programmed by the masses. Next step is what? You begin to want to individualize yourself. Aspire and be individualized. You begin to want, to desire to be more, to see more than what you see, than where you came in from. Then it gets to discipline. Very rare anybody goes beyond this. They never discipline themselves to be what they're not. They never did. Listen to what I'm saying. They never discipline themselves to be what they're not. But what you're not would liberate you. It's what you are that keeps holding you back. They're not able to reprogram what they are, what they know. So they fall back to what they know how to do. Very rare do they develop the experience that they need to have to the mastery of the lifestyle they desire. Live a life worth fulfilling. It's your choice. Or keep going back to that program that keeps pulling you back in. You know it. You feel it. You've seen it. For you, some of you that are younger, this is what's coming, whether you're aware of it or not. And the better understanding you get of yourself, the more you'll see it. I'm going to ask you to buy our courses. I'm going to ask you to pay for them. I'm going to ask you to pay good money for it. Why? Because I know it's one of the best, if the best, not the best, programs out there. Bob dedicated all of his life to research and development in his program. We've been developing and using the same tools and developing our own tools and developing and using his programs to teach people. And it's working. It's been working. You have a choice. You have a choice. Thank you guys for being here, taking a look at what we have, and rewind this over and over and over again until you get a better understanding and make the decision to bet on you. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good day, everyone. Thank you.